folks, welcome to Monday's Coffee with John. As we go into the new year, we come towards the end of the year. We're looking at 1 John chapter 3, and we're looking at something that's really, really important. And I'm going to refer back again to the King's Christmas speech. It's funny the reactions you get to stuff like that. Anyway, the Bible writers just don't do vague. This is very specific. So let's look at verse 8. The one who does what is sinful is of the devil, because the devil has been sinning from the beginning. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work. Now that's fascinating. The devil has been sinning from the beginning. He's always been doing wrong from the beginning of humanity. When the devil fell, read Milton's Paradise Lost. He's been sinning from the beginning, and those who sin do his work, not God's work. So, as Bob Dylan said, you're going to serve the devil or you're going to serve the Lord. Well, the purpose that Christ came, we have all different kinds of vague things, to set an example of how to serve one another. But I would have loved it if the king had said, that Jesus came to destroy the devil's work, because it would imply a belief in the devil, an implication, at least, in the devil, and recognizing where evil comes from. Christ came to destroy or to loose the works of the devil, to untie, to set free. And that's the idea of breaking up all the evil that's in the world. It seems as though the system of the world is fundamentally evil, but Christ came to break that up and to destroy it. Now, I like David Jackman uses an illustration. When we ask the question, why doesn't God intervene for something to happen? So we've just had news, for example, of a pastor up in Queensland who's been eaten by a shark, which is pretty horrific. And you can imagine people saying, well, why would God allow that? Well, Jackman puts it this way. God could have destroyed evil in a moment, but where would that have left us? Imagine two cars on a collision course, one being driven by a drunkard. Do we expect God to immobilize the car to cause it to change course miraculously? Or do we want to live in a world where causes lead to effects, where people are responsible for their actions? Now the point is, that's why God did send Jesus. He sent him to destroy the work of the devil and to deal with all this. So the victory is not yet complete. When Jesus came into the world, that wasn't the end of evil. 1 Corinthians 15. Then the end will come when Christ hands over the kingdom to God the Father, after he has destroyed all dominion, authority and power. For he must reign until he has put all his enemies under his feet. The last enemy to be destroyed is death. And then later on, when he's done this, then the Son himself will be made subject to him, who put everything under him, so that God may be all in all. So I think that's a wonderful thing, actually. Christ came into the world to destroy the works of the devil. We observe the works of the devil all around us. It's not just that he came to demonstrate to us God's redeeming love by being nice to poor people. That's a consequence, an effect, if you like. But he came to take on evil, to fight evil, to deal with sin. And it's so funny how love has so much less meaning when you take away the negative, when you take away sin and evil and the devil. But when you understand what they are, then you understand what Christ has done. And that's a wonderful thing. I love that verse. The reason the Son of God appeared was to destroy the devil's work. Well, that's what he does. God bless you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.